Welcome to another segment of Chatting with KP. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about how you can save some money with your overall flower budget. There are a couple of really great key locations in your budget and at your reception and ceremony where you can cut back and save, where people won't really notice the change except for your florist and you if you're working through a couple of drafts of your proposal. First is going to be your wedding party flowers. Your bridesmaids bouquets could average anywhere from 6, 8, even 10 inches in diameter, especially if you're using larger blossoms like hydrangea. Doesn't matter, you could certainly do a 4 to 6 inch bouquet. The color is still going to be there. No one's going to know if the scale is any different. You should expect to spend anywhere from $75 to $125 for a full-size bridesmaids bouquet, and you can spend $45, $55, $65 on a smaller scale. Great way to cut back, especially if you've got a lot of people in your bridal party. Your bouquet, you should get whatever you like. Brides should have no qualms. If they want gardenias or lily of the valley or peonies, it's your wedding. It's the one piece that you get whatever you like. And all of our clients, no matter how much they want to spend and save, we make sure that they get the bouquet that they've always dreamed of. A little cliche, but it works. Another place you can save is your ceremony. You have altar arrangements, usually, especially if it's in a church or wherever your location is going to be, even if it's outdoors, where there's either an arrangement behind you on a table or on either side of the two of you as you're saying your vows. Some locations, churches especially, require you donate the pieces. If you cannot take your ceremony altar arrangements with you to your reception, don't spend tons of money on flowers that people won't be able to see and enjoy hours later. And also don't spend your money on flowers that are physically too far away from your guests to even notice the specific blooms. Use larger head flowers, hydrangea, chrysanthemums, some larger head opening roses. Don't spend money on small ranunculus and spray roses. People physically won't be able to see them from the distance at your ceremony, and you're not going to get to use them afterwards. If you can take them, by all means, use them for entrance pieces into the reception. If you have a buffet, use them at your buffet line. Put them at your stationery hors d'oeuvres or place card table. The note about this is some florists will be happy to remain back during your ceremony to grab these pieces and bring them to the reception, and some will actually suggest, as we do on occasion, adding floral branches or something sprouting to adjust the look of the arrangement for a nominal amount of money to make a big splash in the reception. If they're unable to travel with you during, after your ceremony to bring the flowers to your reception, ask a family or friend to bring those in a car and set them up, and talk to your coordinator at your venue and let them know, give them the heads up that you're coming with additional flowers so that they have the tables ready and the doors opened for your friends and family who are helping you with that. Once you're actually at the reception, a really great way to save money, reuse your wedding party flowers. If you're having your photos before your ceremony, which I highly suggest, we can talk about that in another segment, you're going to be at your entire cocktail hour and your wedding party is going to be there too. Have your wedding coordinator that you're hiring or your venue planner on site scoop up the florals, the bridal bouquets, the bridesmaids bouquets, and pop them in vases with water. Cocktail tables, bars, bathrooms, great way to reuse. Your florist spends a lot of time hand designing bouquets. It's a shame for them to be thrown away or thrown aside so that they can wilt throughout the day. They're a great use of florals, again, in a second setting. Another way to save money is also to think about your reception tables. Maybe you don't need all flowers on all your tables. Maybe you rent candles from your florist or your event designer or your venue and do some floral on those tables. Maybe you do smaller scaled flowers on some of your tables where you are doing florals. Maybe you do a combination of flowers, all beautiful white hydrangea on half of your tables, and the other half might add roses or callas or whatnot to keep your overall budget in check. If you're a client who's in love with the idea of tall centerpieces, they're fabulous, but they're anywhere from 50 to 100% more expensive than low centerpieces because the rental of the vase, because they're much larger, is very expensive. And you're also dealing with a much larger scale when you're putting flowers up in the air 20, 30 inches. So you could be, really hurting your budget if you have your heart set. A great compromise, only use half of your tables with high centerpieces, maybe even just a third. Having any height at all, your guests are going to notice, and no one's going to know the difference that you want them all high versus all low in the very beginning. So there are some tips on how to save some money with your budget for floral. Make sure you talk very candidly upfront in the beginning with your florist. Delivery fees, taxes, setup, pricing, and just what your vision is and where your budget's falling, to make sure that they have a realistic idea of what they can do for you and you have a realistic idea of what you can expect for the amount of money you want to spend.